So, almost all the practices of meditation belonging to all groups and all religions today, they try to turn by degrees, and the mind is not satisfied. And when the mind is not satisfied, the intelligent man thinks it's a waste of time, and why bother? You go to the tennis court and 1 hour you devote there, and positively you feel that you are enjoying something. You sit closing the eyes and you just tossing over nothing, and you feel, what is this? Why waste time? That's why the tendency of the age is shifting. People shift from going inward because the direction is not proper. The guidance is not proper. To give this direct guidance and proper training to the people, I have started a spiritual regeneration movement, and that is to spiritually regenerate the whole world through this simple process of meditation, which directly gives a turn to the mind 180 degrees, and the mind enjoys there. This amounts to all experiences of the inward life, all faculties of mind, the whole field of psychology gained, and whole field of philosophy achieved. This is the philosophy of Shankara. To enable everybody to experience that, I have come out with a simple technique. This is the glory of Indian philosophy, that it is practical. All the claims of the best claim of Indian philosophy is this, that all this is bliss, and that I am. And here is a technique to experience it, to be it. This fulfills the need of the purpose of all religions. This fulfills the commandments of all the great masters of all religions. Christ said, first we seek the kingdom of God, and all else will be added on to thee. Just this is the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, and then just seek the kingdom of heaven, and then all else will be added on, because the mind becomes so powerful, the bliss, contented, thought force becomes so great. How does thought force become great? When the mind experiences great happiness, it is contented. When it is contented, it doesn't bother about much. When it doesn't bother about, the energy is saved. Otherwise, if the mind is discontented, not contented, then the energy is dissipated. Thinking 10,000 thoughts a minute, and afterwards 10 thoughts. And then each thought has the capacity of 100 thoughts, has the strength. This is how willpower increases, thought force increases, great happiness comes, and this is the fulfillment of life. That is the state of Nibbana in the language of Buddha. That is the state of a kingdom of heaven according to Christ. That is Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti is cosmic consciousness. That great silence of the transcendent. Come on to believe in life even when you are busily engaged in the activity of the diversity. That is Nibbana, that is Jivan Mukti, that is kingdom of heaven. That is the goal of all religions, and that fulfills the purpose of all education. Education is unfoldment of the inner capabilities of man, inner faculties of man, and unless the mind is drawn within, unless the attention is drawn within to fathom all the deeper levels of subconscious mind, the education will always be incomplete. This fulfills, this is the fulfillment of all branches of learning. All branches of learning. All branches of science. Science investigates into the truth, and this is the truth of all that exists in the world. This is the fulfillment of all philosophy. This is the goal of all religions. At one stroke of meditation, the fulfillment of life is achieved. Now I think it's time enough, and I have given you just in short the synopsis of the whole life and the purpose of it and the way to achieve it. Now I would like to answer some questions. The big range of eternity you have before you now. Yes? Huh? What is there to be given up? In order to enjoy the great pond lying behind, what is to be given up? Only we turn that way and come out. Nothing to be given up. You know, a man living in a small hut and he is transferred to a palace. We don't count it to be the loss of the hut. Because the palace gained. It's no loss. If a man is conducting a business earning $10,000 a year and then he is put on to earn $1 million a year, what he has lost? It's not the loss of 10,000, it's an addition of $1 million. So we don't call it a loss. What it needs is just to sit for some time and enjoy it and come out. Does not need leaving anything. The theory of renunciation and theory of detachment is not for the people in the world. You know, if the bliss is omnipresent, if the kingdom of heaven is just within me, then that which is within me should be lived naturally, and should lived naturally even when the eyes are enjoying this and this and this and this. That which is in me should be lived naturally even when the eyes are busily engaged in enjoying the outer glories of nature. Those who advocate leave this and then you will get that, and then leave this joys of the world in order to get the joy of the soul and all that, they only say that you put off this light. Unless you put off this light, how you can have the bright sunlight in the room? It's a bad logic. You put off this light. As long as you have this light, how can you have the brighter sunlight? I say, remaining in this light, by the aid of this light, open the door and the bright sunlight will be in. To allow the bright sunlight, it's only necessary to open the door and not necessary to put off the light. Those who say that you renounce this and you renounce this, they think that the glory of this is great, and unless the greater glory is given out, how will the mind go to the field of lesser glory? So they presuppose that the world is more glorified, and they presuppose, without saying silently, that the glory of God is much less much less than the glory of the world. So greater glory you lose, and then only the mind will accept. In the absence of the great glory of the world, the mind will feel miserable and will accept the lesser glory of God. The theory of detachment is based on this only, that the world is glorified and it is fascinating and it is enchanting the mind, and unless you shut the doors of the world, how can you enjoy the divine? But it's a bad logic. The field of the divine is like the bright sunlight outside. The field of the world is like the small light, electric light inside the room. Although it seems to be sufficient, but the self-sufficiency of this light is only as long as the doors are not opened. Remaining in the field of the world, enjoying all the glories of material life, just let the inner door be opened. Just the phase of experience be turned for some time, for little time. Just for a little time, just a few minutes, enter that, and that is there. The things of the world need long time to achieve them because they are the things of the outside. You have to achieve. You go to the office and go and come and go and come and then earn something. So anything that is far from you, that is away from you, needs greater strength and greater time. That which is within only needs going there and enjoying just a few minutes in. Then having gone that, there are two things. One thing is that nothing is required to be lost in the world. No sense of detachment is necessary. That is one thing. The other thing which is of a greater value is that the brightness of the world will be increased by the light of the inner self. See? Not that the material and spiritual values go hand in hand, but with the experience of the inner light, the outer glories will further be brightened. That's the value of material, spiritual experiences. Where is the difference of earth and sky? They say you lose the worldly joys and then experience it. I say you directly experience it and then enjoy the world better. Here is a means to enjoy the world better and not forgo the joys of the world. Yes?
While in this ultimate state of consciousness, then would there be an awareness of anything you've done